Hey everyone, hope everyone's doing great today. Thank you for the 1 and 2 people who will be watching this video. And I gotta say, you don't hear this very often by people who make YouTube videos, but do not share this video. You can watch it, but do not share it. I'm having a pretty bad hair day here. I don't want the whole world seeing this bad hair. You know, the good thing about only having 28 subscribers and only having 4 or 5 people watch the video is that not a lot of people get to see your bad hair days. So, hey, don't share this video, but enjoy it, okay? You gotta enjoy it, but just don't share it. Don't tell your friends about this video. I don't want everybody seeing this bad hair going on right now. You know, I was too lazy to comb it, but I wasn't too lazy to make this video and talk about this movie. It's my first Filipino movie, first movie from the Philippines, unless you count I did do a video about the anime Trece, unless you count that, but this is my actual first live action video movie I've watched from the Philippines, and it's called Bride for Rent, and it stars Chiu. I don't know how to say that last name. I apologize. And Xian Lim. I don't have my contacts on today either, so that's why I'm reading my notes like 2 inches from my face. Anyways, I haven't lost you yet. That's a good thing. So let's talk about Bride for Rent. Like I said, this is my first Filipino movie, and it was quite an experience because it was quite weird watching this, considering that half the time they were speaking in Filipino, at least, and also in English. So, you know, in America, sometimes we say people speak in Spanglish, you know, especially if you're from America and you're trying to speak in Spanish to somebody, you know, you'll use English words and put an O at the end of them to sound like you're talking in Spanish. But this movie is kind of weird because of that. It feel like because it would say like half their sentence would be in Filipino, and then the other half would be in English, or vice versa. Or they would say like a whole bunch of words in Filipino, and then they would have like a lot of words in English. So it's kind of hard to sometimes it's kind of hard to follow, trying to read the subtitles, and all of a sudden you hear a bunch of English words at the same time. That was quite an experience, and I kind of liked it. I actually enjoyed it. Because I got to learn a little bit more about the culture over there in Philippines and the language they use. That's why I like watching foreign films a lot, so I can learn more about the cultures of whatever country I'm watching. And so that was interesting for me to watch this movie where they use both languages kind of fluently too, like in and out. I didn't really think about it. So it was quite interesting, and I enjoyed that, like I said. So Bride for Rent, now let's get into the movie now. Bride for Rent is about a guy who's about to turn 25 years old, and he's about to be able to go into his trust fund, which is like a whole lot of money. He's about to become like basically a millionaire. However, there was a clause in this trust fund, and that is that he has to be married in order to get all this money from his rich grandma, I think. Yeah, his rich grandmother, but he called her like I'm not gonna be able to pronounce it right, so I'm not even gonna try to do the word. But it's anyways, let's get back to this. So he has to get married. And so he finds this up-and-coming actress. She's probably like a Z-list actress. She's trying to get into commercials. Right at this moment, her family is struggling financially. So they kind of make a deal together that, she will pretend to be his wife so he can get all this money. And then he can help, and then he'll pay her to pretend to be his wife. And they had this whole plan worked out that after a while they would get it annulled. Personally, I like these kind of movies. I love these. I don't know why, but I like these contract marriage movies. It's like my favorite romance movies these days. I think it's because maybe I'm married, and I kind of I like the shows that deal with marriage relationships more than this guy's single and she's single and they get together kind of thing. I don't know, but I really enjoy the contract marriage shows. And you don't really get that much in America. You get them mostly over there in those Asian countries. So I'm always a sucker. I see that, I gotta watch it. So let's get into this. The chemistry between the two lead actors is very good. they work well off of each other. But I definitely believe that Xian, is it Xian? Xian, Xian is how you pronounce it. Xian, the male lead is definitely carries the show. His acting is more believable than our leading lady. I mean, she's very beautiful and everything. But I don't know, her acting barely passes. It's barely good, and it doesn't help that she's supposed to act like when she does these auditions that she's supposed to be like a bad actress kind of thing, because the her acting bad, and then her supposedly real life, things that were happening in real life and everything are not much different. They're basically the same. Maybe that's how it's supposed to be. She's just acting like she does in real life when she does these auditions. But I did minimal research. I always do minimal research when I do these videos. She did win, not for this film, but I think for another film she won like best upcoming actress kind of thing. But in this one, her acting kind of bothered me. It wasn't as good as our male lead. He was good. The male lead was really good in this. So this is a comedy, and you will laugh. There's some funny moments, especially when they're interacting together. When they first get married, she sets all these rules and stuff, and all these guidelines that he must follow. And that's a pretty funny part of the show. Pretty funny part of the movie. It does get a little bit of commentary. What makes it a successful marriage? He's like a guy who does commercials or little mini documentaries. Well, I think he's doing a commercial. It's not a mini documentary, but he's interviewing like couples at different stages of the marriage. He gets those newlyweds, and he gets like a 5-year marriage and up to like a 50-year marriage. And he's asking them about like, what makes a successful marriage. So the show does kind of hit on all, if you want to have a successful marriage, what do you need? What's the elements you need to have a successful marriage? It's kind of like an undertone on here. Yeah, that's about really it. But it's just mainly this comedy. Doesn't really have much. You don't have to worry about political messaging or anything, which I love. It's just all about these two people, trying to get together, trying to pull this off, trying to trick everybody that they're really married, and trying to help. She's trying to help him have a successful company, and such. And he helps her with their circumstances, their family and stuff. Yeah, so I like the acting. It's hit and miss. Like the lead actor, I feel like he definitely is probably the best actor in the whole show. Female lead, she's probably about the third best actress. The woman who plays the grandma, she reminded me of somebody. I thought I saw her. She's like very recognizable. And then I just started thinking, I think she resembles a lot of Joan Rivers. I don't know. I think I get that Joan Rivers vibe from her. But she's a very good actress too. The grandma, well, maybe the grandma might be better than the male actor. But they're pretty close. Those two really are the best. Their acting stands out the most in this series. And then our female lead, she can be a lot of overacting, but she does carry out, the feelings of her character. You can still get into her character, so it's not bad. And then you have his 3 friends and her family, and those guys, they got a lot of screen time, so we can't really judge them very much. And the script is pretty good. It's pretty sound, it's pretty tight. It makes sense. It's very basic, which is good. It does what it's supposed to do. And like I said, you'll laugh. You'll get some giggles and stuff out of this. And overall, I enjoyed the show. So if you're new to the channel, which probably 100% of you are, maybe 1 or 2 of you are still here at this time, we give grades on this, and we're always positive. So we rate these shows as highly recommend. Majority of you will like it. Recommend, 50-50, and recommend with caution, which means not so many of you will like it. You have to be really particular to this. You really like this kind of type of show, kind of thing, or you like bad movies. I'm going to say recommend with caution. I can't really recommend this. But I would recommend this with caution. If you're somebody who likes these kind of shows, like I do, the romance with like contracts and stuff, you'll enjoy it. It has your typical trope, they get married, you get found out, and then they gotta deal with that circumstances. It's very formula in that type. Like I said, acting is suspect at times. And so I have to recommend this with caution. But I think if you watch it, you still enjoy it. But it wouldn't be something I wouldn't go out and yell out to my friends, say, "Hey, you gotta watch this." I wouldn't recommend it to my wife. She likes romances, comedies. I wouldn't recommend watching this one for her. But yeah, so I'll recommend it with caution. Hey, if you're bored, you've seen everything on Netflix, yeah, try this out. If you want to try a Filipino movie, try this out. This is my only one, so I don't got a lot of recommendations on Filipino movies. Based off of this, I wouldn't mind watching another movie from the Philippines. I kind of enjoyed it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember, don't share it. Do not share it. Keep it down low. Only one of you going to be watching this anyways. But have a great day. And tomorrow, I think I'm going to talk about a Japanese show that I kind of enjoyed. Actually watched that with my wife. And she liked it too. So I think I'll share that tomorrow. And have a great day. Bye.